I'll jump on it.
Send this one back this way.
I gotcha.
Hey! Look at that!
Let's go!
Alright. Miller's like, I want in on this!
I was like, I gotta come in here now! Guys, there's a fucking floor! Or, no, sorry. Edit that part out. Guys, there's a freaking floor! Like I said. Oh, no!
Please tell me you got that on tape.
What are you doing? That was amazing. Alright, go over there.
Alrighty, just pulling out. Got all the steel we need. I'm gonna swing by Harbor Freight real quick and then head back home. As you can see, this yard is huge and they just have so much different stuff here. So that's a pretty cool place. I kind of cut off part of my filming as I drove in just because I saw there was another customer in there, and I don't want to be filming other people, you know. It's just kind of how I want to go about it. So showed you a little bit of the drive in, but this is pulling out of here. So we're gonna go to Harbor Freight and then back home. Alright, so Brent's been knocking this out, getting grinded up, got some of these tacked in, welded down, so we're making some good progress. So this is the winch that we got. We just got it at Harbor Freight. It's 5,000 pounds. We don't need anything extreme. But making some progress on the floor, and once the floor is all set up, we can paint it and start laying our actual floor. Oh, here's our winch unboxed, and we've kind of figured out how we're going to mount it. So originally we thought it was wider, so we were going to do those two plates up here, but considering the mounting bracket isn't really that big, we're just going to tap into this frame rail, and we're going to add our two 2x2 square tubing here and here for those, and that way we can take those plates, because we're not really going to need them there, and put them to reinforce the doorway, so there's just a little bit more strength, because that's going to be a traveled area that gets ran over a lot. So we're just going to reallocate that steel there. So go ahead and get back to cleaning this up and get those welded in. Slight problem with cracks at the top of the door frame, so now we have a ratchet strap on it to tighten it back up, and we're going to go ahead and weld it back in. We are running our top beam. Now we're gonna weld it on in. Alright, so I was out here doing some painting on my lunch break, and I think this is our TV mount that just arrived, so I'm going to get this unboxed, but I'll show you what we got going on in the trailer. So we got all of our stuff welded in the other night, finished up real late, so we decided to just pack it up, and so I got the plates painted black. I hit that with more primer. I just hit those with primer. And then I got everywhere else that I could painted black. So all those corners are painted black. And then I got the door frame primered. You can see it was a little thick, so it's starting to roll, but that's no big deal. So I'll hit it all with Smart Black, and then Tim and Paul are going to come over and help me put the floors down tonight. So we should have floors in it today, which is going to be awesome, because then we can get the walls up, and then after that it's pretty much just finishing touches. I mean, I'm going to build the cabinet, but I mean, once the floors and walls are in, we can still use it for, you know, whatever we need it for, and then we just have to make our updates as we go, but it'll be fully functional once all those are in. Alright, so here's our TV mount. It's all packaged, and we just want to get out to see. Oh, look at that, it even comes a little baby torpedo level. That's cool. So, hold out. And see where we'll have to weld that stuff against the wall. Okay, so there it is. And so we're just gonna have to weld cross members there and there. That hole, those two holes to be able to mount it. So right here is just a rough idea of where those wall mounts are gonna go. So I'm gonna tack them in. I haven't got my exact distance, but basically that's just going to give a point for that TV mount to actually anchor to. So got a rough idea of where it is, and once we got the walls up, we'll be able to drill straight through, have a point for our wall to be mounted up on, or our wall mount to be on. So I came and got the rest of the floor plates in the front all painted after I came out on my lunch. So the floor is all painted up, and we are ready to start laying floor when Paul and Tim get here. So I don't know if we really explain what we're doing over here, and this isn't exactly the best lighting, but we added in these plates with the new point for the levelers to go. So once I get the door down, I'll show you that in a little bit better light, but we had a big cutout area there, so we were able to fix that, get it a lot cleaner, and definitely add some structural support to this area. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. Sammy here, and we are officially going to start putting the floor down. So like I showed you earlier, came in here, got the rest of the painting done. I can show you those rear points now that I've got some light. But, so we cut out the old ones, put in these new ones so that that one stiffens up the frame, and two, we can actually get the stabilizers that I bought to fit. So we got those in. Like I said, everything's painted up. So now we're going to go ahead and run our plastic, and then we're going to run our foam, and then our plywood. Start by
Hold on, are we filming right now?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
So
So now I know what to do. I know what to do.
all right, so we got these little rubber. So we got these little rubber sheet metal screws, and this is really just so that when we tie down the plastic, it doesn't tear up the plastic as much, and the rubber will help seal it. But what we're gonna do is, since this is 100 feet, we're literally just gonna run it back and forth. That way, the plastic is just set in its spot.
Okay, so we're just screwing it down here and at the front.
Yep. Oh, and then we're gonna run up and down it
Right. Once. Yeah.
once we get it all laid down.
You want to start walking towards the front?
It doesn't help that it's so windy right now. Feet wide, so we have to kind of give ourselves a foot on either side. So we want to go up the wall a little bit.
Okay.
So just kind of like go to that corner and then pull it tight. So like pull it up the wall, so like kind of like this.
Like that, are you talking?
Yep. And then just come just inside of here, and then we're gonna just sink one.
Right onto that plate, that front
Yeah,
plate?
that works.
You're calling it a terrible time.
Don't know where all the cross members are.
Just kind of gotta crawl around until you get it.
I see you guys set up the bird socket.
Now let's get that piece of plywood in here. What we're gonna have to do is like get it to here and then slide it.
Crater.
Do you have anything to say to your fans? Interesting.
Alright, so we got our first two pieces of insulation in. Because we welded this in, we have to notch our plywood to get it to butt all the way to the front. So I'm just getting the measurement that I need. And I believe it's 1 1/4 inches. Just gonna go ahead and double check. And we're gonna call it 2 inches to be safe. Oh.
Alright, stupid question. Difference between video and...
You're in 4K. I'm filming. It's recording right now. Can't tell if I'm following that line or not.
Gotta go back.
A little bit.
Yep. Can you push from the middle? Yeah. Perfect.
Off on this side. Or Paul, push me a little bit.
Is it crooked? Or
I think it's a little.
Can you push this side a little back? Yeah.
Oh, I think it's so close, but it's just off. So you're I say just flip it up and
Where did the circuit go?
spare. Can't have any overachievers in here.
Alright.
This one's in?
Yep, this side's good.
Oh, you need me to back it up?
All that plastic's getting cut anyway, so
Right, I just don't want it to like pull it.
I got you. Pull it up from the floor. Pull back a little bit.
No, you're good, you're good.
You good? You go forward now?
Yep.
Hold on, you gotta push it. Yeah, I'm jammed over here.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Except we're not.
Well, who measured that?
You.
Can we
I'll jump on it.
send this one back this way?
I gotcha.
Hey! Look at that!
Let's go!
Alright. Miller's like, I want in on this!
I was like, I gotta come in here now! Guys, there's a fucking floor! No, sorry, edit that part out. Guys, there's a freaking floor!
Like I said.
Please tell me you got that on tape.
What are you doing? That was amazing. Alright, go over there.
Alright, so, you want me to cut this one?
Well, we gotta run our next two pieces of foam.
Sounds
The
like-
next one's not gonna fit, so I'll get the foam. You wanna start on the next one?
True backbone of America.
Backbone. All backbone.
Someone's gotta be essential.
15.
15?
I'm like an eyeball at 7 3/4.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm like, why isn't this sitting flush? I'm like, oh yeah, there's a beaver tail.
So right about, we don't want to start on this side. Here, I just put a notch in it so that it,
Lays flat.
yeah. This does not feel safe.
You want the board over there?
Hold on, Kyle. This is gonna be rough. I believe in you.
What do we do when we wear it? We cuss, we swear, and we have terrible stereotypes. And it's great.
What are you saying?
Fuck you, bud. Your mom's so stupid. Her teacher told her to do an essay and she fucked a Mexican. Go stick a dick with your butt.
You keep your liver-spotted hands off my mother. She's a saint. And then you go upstairs and you write Dale and I a check for $10,000.
Eat my shorts, King.
Oh, thanks for the Venmo. You didn't have to.
Camel dicks. You bought me dinner. You're helping me on the trailer.
In return, that I get to sleep in the trailer.
Guess what? The fuck are you?
Are you cutting this relief one or not?
Well, I gotta come to this side, but I think you guys
You
can
want to
lay.
play leapfrog?
I think you guys can lay the board before cutting the relief. Although, just cut it.
I never double check my measurements. I might as well move forward up a little bit preemptive. As long as it's perfectly 82.5, it should be good. That.
Round two.
No. Just like in the
Sammy,
other
you just
round.
push both of them forward.
No, push it first.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
Alright, boys.
Get out of the way.
Back off.
Sit.
Paul, you're in the way.
Sit.
God damn it, Tim! You and your stupid time measurements. I fucked it up.
I gotta cut it. I gotta cut it out. Yep.
And then you can relax. Please not silly.
Okay, is it better?
Paint me in like one of your French hoes.
You're supposed to at least face the camera.
Yeah, there we go. Let me just get some of that. This is gonna be a very interesting video.
Right at the edge of it?
Yep.
And then give her a little pinch you.
Plastic.
You want it done right, you gotta do it yourself. But when you're doing account for it myself, it's fucking retarded. The account for it myself is an idiot.
Oh, there I die.
Well, this is a very different trailer than the one we bought 6 weeks ago.
I'm just excited for come snowmobile season is if I get to go up is there's not poles every couple feet.
And I'm just excited for the stand.
That too. Not the hunched over.
Alright, so you saw us get the floors down Thursday night. It's now Saturday. So we finally got our front area done. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. We got, like I said, all of our welding the other day. We've now officially got all of our seams filled with insulation. So the next thing, actually, we also got our TV mount position right. So we're gonna, Tim already got our measurements. So when we go to put the walls up, we can just drill straight through. So good job, Tim. So now that we're all here, we can finally put the walls back on. Once the walls are back on, I mean, this trailer's pretty much ready to go anywhere we need it to. So definitely gonna be good for Traverse City. But if we can get the cabinets done before then, even better. So we're gonna start putting the walls up.